A Perth truck driver is fed up with the dangerous driving he sees on our roads. He says lives are being put at risk every day because car drivers don't know how to share the road with trucks.
John Blythe knows the risks of driving heavy haulage trucks. But that didn't prepare him for this dreaded phone call.
In a worried voice said, "John, I think I've just killed someone."
That someone was a 54-year-old mother of two. She died here on Wanneroo Road in Narragath in a collision with a truck driven by one of John's employees. 2 lives shattered.
And what he actually saw and what he went through, and he's still suffering now. He hasn't come back to work. He's still seeing a psych.
The 36-year-old driver is now charged with dangerous driving causing death. John Blythe doesn't want to see more grief for anyone. He says car drivers need to know how to share the road safely with trucks.
One of the biggest things is lack of courtesy for your fellow driver.
And over his 35-year career, he says it's getting worse.
People don't care. All they seem to be worried about is themselves.
With dangerous merging and lane changes putting lives at risk every day.
You'll have people cut in front of you and all of a sudden the lights change to amber and they'll just jam on their brakes and all of a sudden you've got to try and pull it up.
A safe distance between trucks and cars on a freeway is also becoming impossible.
But you leave a gap and it keeps getting filled.
John says one of the biggest misunderstandings is how long it takes for a truck to stop. His vehicle today weighs around 9 tonnes. Fully loaded, it will weigh 90 tonnes. He says it could take more than 200 metres on a highway to stop.
The bigger the truck, the more room they obviously need.
Mr Blythe's advocacy for road safety stems from heartbreaking experience.
She ended up driving through a red light on me, which was unfortunate, obviously, and it took her life. And now, what she happened to be doing at the time, I've got no idea.
He's now calling on the government to put truck safety education as a high priority, especially when teens go for their licence. And he admits that education needs to flow both ways.
There's obviously bad truck drivers out there as well that don't care, which is a sad thing, I guess, on the industry.
As the number of trucks and cars on our roads increases, Mr Blythe says now's the time for all drivers to show more respect.
See what they need to do to exist with trucks so they save lives.
Kate McPherson, 9 News.
8 Perth men have pleaded guilty to Hoon driving after they were caught in the act doing burnouts. They were filmed by so-called Hoon cameras that were installed near Barbagallo Raceway on the day of the Bathurst 1000. One driver was caught 3 times on the same day.
Hidden on the side of Old Yanchep Road, a hotspot for Hoons, this camera was placed here near Barbagallo Raceway on the weekend of the Bathurst 1000. 17 people were charged with hooning-related offences. Today, 8 faced court, all pleaded guilty.
Were you in an area that was pretty quiet?
Yeah, no one around, so wouldn't do it in like main road, just around, out in the bush.
Didn't see the harm in it, but it did break the law, so yeah, just got to deal with it, I guess.
One of the men was caught by the covert camera on 3 separate occasions that day. When questioned by police as to why he was hooning, he said he was practising for a burnout competition. WA police don't reveal when or where these operations take place. Even what the camera looks like remains a mystery.
It's stupid, they shouldn't be allowed to do that, it's just wrong. But yeah, I did something stupid, but yeah. That.
All of the drivers were fined several $100s, some had their licence suspended. 9 of the people charged failed to show up. Kate Smithers, 7 News.
It's been 11 days since a crash nearly killed a young Perth musician and left him in a coma. Justin Camilleri was bleeding to death as he was cut from his car. The 22-year-old has already undergone multiple surgeries as his family waits for him to reopen his eyes. Jordan Cutts reports.
Justin Camilleri never made it home from band practice. 11 days after this late-night crash, the young musician is still in a coma. It's an anxious wait for the 22-year-old's family that's becoming harder every day.
It's just heartbreaking and devastating, and, to see your little brother there.
Justin hasn't left the intensive care unit at Royal Perth Hospital, nor have his parents. The musician's condition has hardly changed since the crash.
I know that my mum can't wait to see his blue eyes.
Justin's car was hit by another driver who allegedly refused to stop for police and ran a red light. Police say the woman didn't have a licence. Justin lost a lot of blood in the crash and needed a blood transfusion to stay alive. He's already had 3 major surgeries and there's more to come. When Justin wakes up, he'll need to learn how to walk again. Emma's organised a vigil for Justin tonight at their old high school to say thank you for all the support, along with a fundraising page for expenses not covered by insurance.
I even have like moments now when I'm just sort of sitting there in the hospital. I'm like, why are we here? Like, why did it happen, and why him?
Jordan Cutts, 7 News.